Šviesos. 1, 2, 3. Vilnius. Action.
My name is Joną Špoką. I am a location manager in the film industry. Professionally, as a location manager, it's over 12 years. I also worked as a production assistant and also did various other roles in the film industry. I mostly work in Lithuania. Abroad, only started recently. Probably the most famous is Chernobyl. Stranger Things would be maybe the second one. BBC's War and Peace was quite a successful story. There are a couple of things actually that make Vilnius unique, like good film locations. So I would say the main thing is Vilnius history, because it's been through so many things, so many different countries, so many different cultures. So it really has a little bit of everything, and you can see that when you walk around the city, and everything. And that's actually a very convenient thing for filmmakers, if we're talking about period stories or something where you need to show different countries. Vilnius really becomes some sort of a chameleon in that sense. Also, it's geographically quite small, and you can really, reach a lot of locations really 15 minutes from the city. You can really go to like the deepest forest, and it's about 15 minutes from your hotel. So that's a very, very important thing when you start talking about film logistics and everything. So I would say diversity and compact size are the two main things that attract filmmakers to Vilnius. Well, it's really no surprise and no secret that the Soviet heritage is something that is unique in Vilnius and something that attracts filmmakers who want to make stories about either that period or anything related to Eastern Europe or Soviet stories or post-Soviet stories. So that Soviet heritage is probably the main thing that can attract big projects. Chernobyl is a good example. And when Stranger Things decided to sort of bring their story out of that little village into what they called Siberia, the production designer called me and said, "You owe me stuff that you had for Chernobyl and it's going to work for us." So that heritage, Eastern European heritage, is, I guess, the most popular thing that attracts. But also, classical buildings, all the 18th, 19th century buildings. Talking about competition, we also have to talk about the national measures that are being applied, which is the main thing is the national tax incentive, which basically every country has a tax incentive to attract foreign productions, meaning that, let's say, if you come to shoot your film in Lithuania, you can get 30% back from what you spend locally by using the local tax incentive. So Vilnius, as a main location of Lithuania, uses that tax incentive a lot. So that is one of the things in terms of competition with other countries. City-wise, on a city level, it's very important for a city to have a film office because every production needs something from the city. And we're not only talking about shooting on the streets or parks or any public places. So to have a strong film office is a very big tool in your competition box. And Vilnius has a very good film office, so that helps a lot. Well, finances is probably the first thing. So is usually the reason for the project to come is, in many cases, budget. There are projects that came to Vilnius early for location reasons. Chernobyl is a good example. HBO made a decision that we're going to shoot it in Eastern Europe because we want to have authentic locations. Stranger Things is a good example, but in many cases, I would say it could be shot in other places also. So budget is the most important thing. How well can the crew feel in Vilnius? How convenient the city is? Sometimes it's just about the people that you know or you trust. And in film industry in general, connections are very important. So if foreign producers feel that they can feel comfortable in the city, that they trust the local crew, that they trust the local producers, and they can spend their money well here. Usually these are the main things to attract productions. It's difficult to answer directly. We would need to define what the city's infrastructure is. I guess we can come back to what was mentioned before, the size of the city and city being compact, and so that helps a lot. When we talk about hotels, for example, important for a city to have enough, because let's say an average to big foreign film production could be from 100 to 150 people, plus all the actors, producers, plus families. So that's important to have. Sound funny, but restaurants are very important, because when you bring 50 foreigners for half a year, they really want to spend quality time after we finish shooting. So that is important for film crews to feel safe and convenient in the city. But I would say, foreign crews, especially producers, in many cases are delighted and surprised by Lithuanian crews, because they probably don't expect that Eastern European country can provide crew of such quality. And understanding the film language, understanding the process of on set, these are the important things, and I think these are what the foreign productions value in Lithuania. For example, a good example is Vilnius has its own map. It's like a 3D map where you can take all the measurements, you can measure anything, So that really helps, because when you're planning a shoot, you really need to sometimes count meters. Tools like that really help, because you can prepare much better without going to the place. Yeah, absolutely. Vilnius is very film friendly. I need to get back to the film office, which is, in my opinion, the key to city being film friendly. I always say to film productions that come to shoot here that we can close any street, depending on when and for how long, but you can close main avenues, you can close highways. Yes, sometimes maybe it's early Sunday morning for 2 hours, but still you can do that. Do the work, find the people you can trust, and definitely come to Vilnius and have fun.